continues to brainstorm on measures put in place to tackle the aftermath of the Akosombo Dam spillage. Bala Ali of the Information Services Department in news commentary today calls on government and the public to approach rehabilitation of the victims with a sense of collective responsibility and nationalism to bring about unity devoid of partiality. The script is presented by Mercy Daku.
The controlled Akosombo Dam spillage, which saw the displacement of thousands of people, destruction of farms, houses, and many other valuables, came with its own drama of blame game as a section of the public pointed accusing fingers at the Volta River Authority for embarking upon that exercise. It is sad to state that these critics did all they could to paint the VRA as an insensitive organization which did not take the plight of the affected victims into consideration before spilling the dam. They accused the authority of failing to sensitize the victims before embarking upon that necessary or important exercise. This blame game and politicization of the situation nearly marred the efforts at protecting the lives of the victims. Thankfully, however, the commitment of the government and its agencies like the VRA, the National Disaster Management Organization NADMO, the Ghana Health Service GHS, and other bodies like the Ghana Medical Association came in handy to offer various and significant support. Consequently, not a single soul was lost to the flood. So, as the nation plans to help the victims get their lives back, it is necessary that all Ghanaians condemn this negative attitude of blame game and politicization of national issues that is often inspired by people with parochial interests who put their personal and sectional interests over national issues. Notwithstanding, it cannot be said that the major stakeholders of the unfortunate incident got everything right. Something indeed went wrong. The VRA, NADMO, members of parliament, district chief executives, assembly members, traditional authorities, and victims in all the affected districts and constituencies should collectively accept responsibility for the harm this exercise has caused. The engineers of the VRA have a fair idea of the damage the spillage could cause. Did they do a commensurable sensitization to prevail upon the victims to evacuate before the exercise? If these engineers knew the extent of harm and damage to the lives and property the spillage would cause, what prevented them from advising the VRA to involve the board of the authority for necessary steps to be taken to protect the property these poor citizens lost to the spillage? Truth be told, the VRA failed in this regard. Due diligence was thrown away. What prevented the members of parliament in the catchment areas from finding out from the VRA the extent to which the spillage would affect their constituents? Would it therefore be wrong to say that it feels somehow to see those MPs pointing fingers at the VRA on their social media handles, or we all failed these poor Ghanaians and must collectively accept responsibility? Regardless of the drama, state agencies like the VRA, NADMO, the Naval Command, and the Engineer Regiment of the Ghana Armed Forces, the Ghana Health Service, corporate bodies, and philanthropists indeed played their respective roles with excellence, hence the safety of the victims have been ensured. That said, what is left to be done is greater than what has been done for the victims. It will cost the state and interested organizations more resources to rehabilitate the affected victims by way of helping them to get on their feet and their lives back. In fact, rehabilitation of the Akosombo Dam spillage victims cannot be done without a sense of nationalism and some collective responsibility. For the nation to successfully help the poor victims of the spillage to get their lives back, all individuals who may be given one role or the other to play must approach their duties as they would want a surgeon to attend to a patient who needs an emergency surgery at the surgical ward. All personal and sectional interests must be set aside. This is not a platform for politicians and their allies to score political points regardless of which political party. In view of this, the Interministerial Committee on the Akosombo Dam spillage should do the nation good by addressing the nation on their mandate and let the corporate world and philanthropists understand the kind of assistance they need to help the victims resettle. To be blunt, the committee must do their best to convince the citizens to accept without any shred of doubt that all resources mobilized shall solely be used to promote the interest of the poor victims. The government and the